Learning to work with color has many similarities with learning how to cook. A good recipe is no guarantee of success, but the secret of a first-rate outcome is often in preparation. The cook must constantly sample, taste, and make adjustments. The colors in a scene can be thought of as the ingredients that make up the picture. Their arrangement and mixture will determine the final result. Two cooks can start off with the same ingredients, yet each produce a completed dish that tastes quite different from the other. Simply by making small changes in quantity, one of the ingredients will lose its identity, while other becomes more dominant. Cooking teaches that a successful meal involves more than reading a recipe. The same holds true for a photographer. Cause shifts in dominance which can alter the entire feeling or mood of the picture. 뭔가 작은 변화, cause shifts in dominance. 이런 걸 뜻하겠지. Also remember that properly presented food and photographs show that the cook and photographer has thought about every stage of the dining and visual experience and set the psychological stage for the dinner's or viewer's response. Contexts in which photos are shown. Viewers' preferences for particular colors. Interactions between color and texture of food. Changes in color placement within a composition. Changes in color placement within a composition. 이것도 아닌 것 같고. Attempts to use familiar subjects in the compositions. 재료들이나 색상들 간의 상호작용이. In thinking about ancient foragers, 수렵채집인, modern models loom large. They are a lens through which the remains of ancient lives have been interpreted. This poses a methodological problem, or for ancient and modern foragers are profoundly different. Despite these differences, we can use modern data to answer important questions about the ancient lives. In favorable cases, we can correct for the differences between ancient and modern foraging world. In particular, in considering the cooperative foraging model of human life history, modern data offer a conservative test. The ancient to modern transition would tend to reduce the significance of a class of important features of ancient forager lifeways, ones that make cooperation more important. So, if we still find those features playing a role in the lives of modern foragers, we can reasonably 연역해서 추론할 수 있겠다. Project them back into the lives of ancient forager. 괜찮고. Compare them to see which feature is most decisive. We find ways to make those foragers prosper economically. 이건 전혀 아니고. Conclude how healthy the lives of ancient foragers were. Well, no. Understand them as a discontinuation of ancient techniques. 이건 아니야. 오히려 continuation이면 좀 낫겠지. So, the ancient to modern transition would tend to reduce the significance of a class of important features of ancient forager lifeways, ones that make cooperation more important. So, if we still find those features playing a role in the lives of modern foragers, we can reasonably project them back into the lives of ancient foragers. It is entirely reasonable to suppose that religion, despite its flaws, has been one of the great humanizing movements of recent European history. It was religion, not secular thought, that advanced with that advanced the view that nature is founded on a deep rationality. Among the greatest defenders of reason in philosophical thought were Anselm and Aquinas, who believed that since God created the universe through the Logos, the divine wisdom, the universe must be supremely rational. It is no accident that modern science took root and flourished into a basically Christian society. Copernicus was a canon of a Catholic church. Kepler studied the heavens believing that they manifested the wisdom and beauty of God. Newton formulated the laws of nature in the belief that the wise author of nature must have ordered the cosmos in accordance with rational and comprehensible principles. An important motivating force in science is the belief that there are comprehensible, elegant, and mathematically beautiful laws in nature. It did not have to be that way unless every creation is of equal value. No, 그렇지 않다면 굳이 그럴 필요가 없다. We ourselves are intelligent beings. No, that belief is supported by scientific facts. There is a supremely rational creator. The laws of nature are denied by religion. Well, there is a supremely rational creator. 이걸로 합시다. 그러니까 초월적인 절대자가 있어서 it did not have to be that way. 굳이 Okay, yes. Chlorella 아니고요. Cholera, a horrific disease acquired by drinking water contaminated with infected fecal matter, was more than a symbol of an interconnected globe. It was a physical presence. Its dramatic and sudden arrival in Europe in 1831 threw many into fits of fear. It signaled to some the arrival of a new plague. Some people fled, just as they had during plague epidemics. Others stayed. Fear of cholera, blah blah blah. In 1831, as cholera made its way through Russia, and the anxious English awaited its arrival, newspapers, pamphlets, and rumors spread fear of the disease. But Dr. James Johnson, editor of the Medico-Chirurgical Review, cautioned the press in a letter to the Times. It will hardly be doubted that the terrible malady, choleraphobia, rages at this moment epidemically through every spot of the British Isles. The choleraphobia will frighten to death a far greater number of Britons than the monster itself it will ever destroy by its actual presence. Well, 이런 수인성 질병인 콜레라는 it was more than a symbol of an interconnected globe. interconnected globe에 대한 어떤 심볼 그 이상이었다. was a physical presence. 심볼 세계화에 대한 어떤 그냥 심볼뿐이 아니라 physical presence까지 보여주었고 its dramatic and sudden arrival in Europe in 1831 threw many into fits of fear. It signaled to some the arrival of a new plague. Some people fled just as they had during plague epidemics. Others stayed. Fear of cholera was politically used as a means to control people. 이건 아니었고, was at times out of proportion to the actual threat, was seldom effective in preventing it from spreading. Led to comparisons of countries' ability to cope with it. Often aroused a nationwide consciousness of public health. 일단 이거 나라끼리 비교한 건 아닌데 러시아를 휩쓸고 있을 때 이 영국 사람들은 긴장을 했고 newspapers and 이런 것들은 공포를 퍼뜨렸어. But Dr. James Johnson은 cautioned, 경고했다. The press, 언론에게 in a letter to the Times. It will hardly be doubted that The terrific malady choleraphobia rages at this moment epidemically through every spot of the British Isles. The choleraphobia will frighten to death a far greater number of Britons than the monster itself it will ever destroy by his actual presence. 공포에 의해서 더 죽을 것이다 라는 거 아닌가? Led to comparison was at times out of proportion to the actual threat. 몰라, 내가 제대로 맞게 풀었나? 72쪽. (9번) 사진과 요리의 유사성. 9번에 4번 10번에 1번 11번에 3번 12번에 2번. 이건 다시 보니까 이게 맞네. changes, 작은 변화. 작은 변화가 dominance한 변화를 가져올 수 있고, 그리고 10번은 project them back. Okay. And number 12. Yeah. 됐어. 모르는 단어는 모르는 단어가 딱히 없었던 것 같은데. Interactions, changes, placements, compositions, attempts to compare them, features, decisive, ancient, voyagers, discontinuation, conservative test. conservative test 자체가 뭔지가 방법론적인 in particular 특히 보수적인 검사는 정말 보수적인 검사라는 뜻이네. Okay. It's entirely reasonable to suppose humanizing. 또 특별히 모르는 단어는 없었어. No. 누가 토마토한테 왜 그래?